Hi everyone, Dr. Remy from Pain Free and Fit with my good friend Dr. Peg Martinez. We're going to be going over today some essential tips in the classic yoga pose Happy Baby to prevent aggravation to your lower back degenerative discs. Hope you enjoy. So there are a lot of people out there doing the Happy Baby pose that aren't so happy with their degenerative discs afterwards, because as our knees come closer to our chest, it has a tendency to flex our spine, meaning to bend our spine forward. And if you've listened to any of our videos before on degenerative discs and yoga, we know that as the spine bends forward, it compresses the front of the spine where those discs are and aggravates our degenerative discs. So we're going to start like we do with every single pose that we do, learning where a neutral spine is. Now it helps if you already have had a body analysis on yourself. If you haven't yet done so, go to either the Posture Size or Pain Free and Fit websites. We have a free body analysis there. Learn how to stabilize your lower back with the proper alignments and mechanical contractions of your stability muscles so you can keep your spine safe. That being said, we're going to double check that neutral spine posture. Peg, would you like to explain that in this position first?
So first we're going to go into Supta Baddha Konasana, which is a face-up or supine band angle. So my feet come together, I'm going to let my knees drop open, and then I'm going to bring my arms overhead and cradle my elbows. So first thing you might notice, some people arch their back too much, or sometimes they flatten the back to the floor. So we want to again be somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to lengthen my tailbone, I'm going to get my upper back to the floor, and then I'm just going to surrender to that floor. And notice I have a beautiful neutral spine here. It feels quite nice, and that's the beginning. So from there, I can progress forward.
Before we do that, we have to make sure that we're, again, in a neutral spine for your unique body. So always check that. That may change from day to day, depending on whether you've had stress on your disc, you've been sitting a long time. It may change from hour to hour. So always explore a little tail up, tail under, and find the end ranges where you feel a little discomfort. You want to position yourself halfway between any extremes of discomfort. If you feel a little discomfort with tail under or a little discomfort with tail up, you want to be right in that middle position. You can also check for lateral tilting or hip hiking. You're swinging one hip down and one hip up. As you put one hip down, that's going to stretch one part of your spine. It's going to compress the other side of the spine. Any discomfort, you want to position your hips right between the two end ranges of any discomfort. Typically, that's going to be more so on the side that you turn a leg out on. If you have a tendency to stand or walk with one leg turned out, that hip's going to want to hip hike up. You're going to be compressing your discs on that. And if you do it when you're standing and walking, trust me, you're going to do it in all of your yoga poses. It's your natural strength to go into that motion. So again, we want to make sure on that side the hip is held a little down so we avoid that compression. So once we have that particular neutrality engaged with our core muscles, lower abdomen in, and bracing like we're going to get punched, our idea as we progress through these levels is to maintain that spinal position. As Peg's knees are coming up, there's going to be a tendency, you'll see here, if she's not holding her spine stable, for her tailbone to come up and for her spine to start flexing or bending forward, compressing those discs. Go ahead, Peg.
So I'm going to hold on to my ankles and again bring my awareness to what's happening in that low back. So am I arching too much? Am I flattening too much? So keeping that neutral spine by holding my ankles. So my knees are a little bit higher here. Now from here, I'm going to bring my feet up, keeping that neutral spine. Now let's say I can't reach my feet, that's okay. I can cradle behind my knees, but still bring awareness to where my low back is and where that neutral spine is. And once I'm here, okay, that's feeling pretty good. Maybe I could try to reach for my feet. Now this is what I normally see when people reach for the feet, because that's Happy Baby pose. They do this and they lift that sacrum off the floor. I just lost
her
everything.
stability.
So I need to find that again. So I'm going to tip those sitting bones down. And now I have my neutral spine. So let's say I'm able to be in Happy Baby. I'm pushing my feet up towards the ceiling and I'm pulling my feet down. So it's a push-pull. I'm maintaining that neutral spine. And then I can be a true Happy Baby and explore my pelvis on the floor.
One of the things that's going to help many people with degenerative disc is as Peg is pushing her feet up into her hands, she's engaging her glute or her buttock muscles. most people with degenerative disc problems have weakness in their glutes. That's one of the mechanical reasons why their discs are getting aggravated. So that many times is associated with tight hip flexor muscles. And in the happy baby, many people may get a cramp right at the top of their thigh because their hip flexors are over contracting in this position. To help relieve that and to also assist the lower back and decrease mechanical stress, as Peg is pushing her feet up into her hands, she should be thinking that the side of her hip, that most prominent bone called the greater trochanter, is actually moving down in her hip socket, which is going to help to prevent those hip flexors from over contracting. That's going to relieve some cramping. It's also going to help to engage the glutes and help her maintain a neutral spine, because the whole fascial system from the glutes across the pelvis is going to be engaged with posterior chain tension, helping to prevent that flexion or that bending forward on the spine. You want to show them that rock again, making sure they're not hip hiking once they have it?
Let's say you're not able to hold your feet. You can always hold here. Better to do that and have a good neutral spine. And then I can rock side to side and play in my happy baby, making sure that I still have that neutral spine and I'm not lifting off the floor here.
So the two biggest things we're watching out for here in terms of body plane motion is one, front to back, bending that spine, and the other is the hip hiking, or the lateral shifting of one hip higher than another as she rolls. If you keep these concepts in mind while doing your happy baby, you're going to be able to get more flexibility in the hip, which is essential for decreasing pressure on the discs, and train yourself to keep that spine stable. If you like these videos on lower back degenerative disc help and prevention, we invite you to subscribe to the channel. We have a lot more videos that are going to help you stay out of pain. If you'd like to support us helping other people with degenerative disc problems and learning how to exercise without hurting themselves, give us a thumbs up below. We appreciate it. Hope this helps with your degenerative disc disease.